Salve, tripulação! Quem fala com vocês aqui é o Capitão. E hoje, galera, trazendo pra vocês mais um episódio de Call of Cthulhu. Vamos dar continuidade à nossa investigação aqui no Instituto Riverside.
What can you tell me about him?
O que aconteceu com ele?
Highly agitated an hour ago. We were about to tie him down when he fell asleep.
Oxi.
10 minutes ago, he curled up into a fetal position. I thought he was waking
certo.
up, but no.
Às vezes o cara só tava se ajustando ali pra dormir de novo, sabe?
What are
Quais
his
são os
symptoms?
sintomas?
His temperature has been going down, his skin losing its color, his body rigid.
Ele tá
I
morrendo.
closed his eyes myself. They were glassing over. I didn't want them to dry out, and I couldn't bear to look at the expression on his face.
You did well. Don't worry. Let's stay professional, if you will.
Beleza, mantém o foco. Preciso ver
Show
o
me his
contrário.
file.
Prontuário.
That's not possible.
Oxe, por quê?
Don't tell me Dr. Fuller has taken this file as well. We need it.
That's why I called you. This man's ailment has been
Nem eu,
hidden from
filho.
us.
Come
Preciso
on
do
now.
prontuário pra saber.
What was he treated for?
An intoxication, I was told. After inhaling chemicals.
Ah.
I don't
Uhum.
recognize him.
Depende se for aquele gás
he
verde
just
que eu tô
arrive on the
inalando,
island?
talvez.
He said he worked on the docks, but not with Captain Fitzroy. I think he works for Ms. Baker.
Who?
You know, the woman at the head of their gang. They call her Cat.
Oh, I see.
Do you
sim,
have
sim.
other questions?
Seu.
That'll do for the time being.
Any idea what this man might be undergoing?
Very
Eu
well.
vou
I'll
analisar
examine
ele. Mas acho que eu sei o que aconteceu.
Severe malnutrition. Swollen abdomen with traces of petechia. Doesn't seem like an edema. Slight protuberances seem to indicate the
Tem uma
presence
petechia.
of a foreign body.
Tá.
His skin shows abnormal loss of color and seems dried out. He's totally dehydrated. His
Gente, dá
fingertips
água,
and toes
soro,
seem
sei
to
lá, alguma
feature
coisa
a
pro cara.
slight ring under the skin. Tender at the touch. Slightly
Really?
sticky. 30-year-old subject. Severe hypothermia. Erythematous
Eita.
papules around the eyes and eardrums. Necrosed palpebral tissue. Lord, this
Ele
smell.
tá morto ou tá vivo? Acho que
So,
ele tá entre
doctor?
os dois.
An opinion?
I'm not sure I have the necessary knowledge to treat this man.
Isso,
Don't say that. You're our most worthy doctor after Dr. Fuller.
exato.
Some of his
Chama
symptoms
ele.
are beyond my comprehension.
What did you find?
Ah, ah,
Did you examine his abdomen? It would seem there's something inside.
He hasn't eaten in days. Are you certain it's not an edema?
No.
ah, sei lá, filha.
Can't you recognize an edema? Pushing with your finger won't leave a trace. And look at these bumps.
It's not like he could be pregnant.
Whatever it is, this man has something inside him that shouldn't be there.
Você é uma
We should
comediante,
operate
filha.
on him at
O cara tá
once.
morrendo.
Dr. Fuller said not to worry, that the edema would go away by itself.
You know, I'm not sure Dr. Fuller is telling the truth.
É,
In spite of the muscle contractions, his arms seem limp.
Yes. They can't have decalcified, not at this rate.
And yet,
Mhm.
if there is a bone in this arm, it's softer than that of a newborn baby. What
Eita.
about his cranium?
It's soft at the touch. It does seem like the skull of a baby.
dá sem
Look at
cálculo no
these
sangue.
sticky rings growing at his fingertips. What can be happening?
Tá
I'm
virando
sure
água.
you'll find an explanation. You have to.
Meu filho, para de botar
I
uma
see
expectativa
signs
em
of
mim, por favor.
hypodermoclysis, but
E
he's
eu
still
não sei nada.
dehydrated. When was his last IV?
He's constantly under perfusion. I've even gone beyond the recommended dose to no avail.
Caralho,
And you
mano.
won't believe me,
O maluco é o
but
deserto do Saara, tá ligado? Você joga
when he
água, o bagulho
bathed
absorve
earlier,
e repete
He
mais
seemed
ainda.
to feel better?
yes, like he needs an aquarium, not a perfusion. But that doesn't explain his condition.
I almost don't believe it myself, but these symptoms are not those usually associated with the human species.
What do you mean? Don't tell me you believe in extraterrestrials.
No,
Não, caralho.
this poor man is from our world, all right. But his body is undergoing unnatural mutations. And
Exato,
this
muito produto químico.
transformation is killing him. His body simply can't cope.
Where could he have gotten such an infection?
I pray that it's not here.
Dr. Colden, may I know what you're doing to my patient?
What I'm doing? How about what you've done to him?
Let us calm
Exatamente.
down, my dear Marie. I don't appreciate your tone, nor your insinuations. I've done to him what I do to all my patients. Provide him
Poxa, eu
with the
falei
best
só o que você
available
fez,
care.
cara. Só.
Your imagination is without limit. It's your homemade drug again, is it not? Those people are not your guinea pigs.
There, there. What have you seen to put you in such a state?
These are alarming symptoms. If we don't act, he'll
É,
die.
isso é um fato, né?
Do you believe that? I'm not as convinced, you see. I even think this man has a strong chance of completely healing from his ailments.
No, Doctor. This patient isn't himself anymore. He's dying.
Really?
Ah,
What do you mean by isn't
Ah, irmão,
himself?
sério, que você quer que eu
He's
explique?
changing. His physical characteristics, they are more animal than human now.
Fascinating. An animal, you say? Could you be more precise? Cephalopod, perhaps?
This amuses you.
Your reaction does. I know your thirst for knowledge, Doctor. It's your innocent worries for this man that have you overreacting.
Oxe,
For this
mano,
man
que?
and the others whose medical files you've been hiding.
I have to protect my discovery. These people owe me their life, but the world isn't ready yet. It will be, in time.
Se tá escondendo,
not
tem
let
culpa
you
no
do this.
cartório. Nem
You
começa.
disappoint me, Marie, but I still have hope you'll one day share my point of view. In the meantime, take care of your own patients and try not to forget who you're dealing with.
Dá uma paulada
Was
pra
that a
esses
threat?
caras.
What did he mean?
Também não
It was a
entendi.
warning. Dr. Fuller is this institution's founder and one of our profession's most influential voices. My word is of no weight against his. If I continue to protest, I will only ruin my reputation and career.
It's
É, filho, vai ter que
scandalous.
fazer.
Can't we do anything? Is there no evidence of his
No.
crimes?
Oh, that evidence exists. I'm sure of it. I need to find the missing medical files.
And where would you find those? In his office. What if you get caught?
Que é isso
I'd
que eu vou
rather
procurar?
not think about that. I'm counting on your discretion.
Of course, Doctor. You can count on me. I'll keep Mum.
Ah, não. Não vai falar que eu vou ter que ir lá roubar o bagulho.
Doctor, please. My chest. Oh.
His perfusion of a semi-physiological solution doesn't seem to work. He's undergoing a ventricular fibrillation.
Que revelação tem?
Deborah, come and help me, please. His potassium level is too high. Replace it with 2% glucose solution with insulin, calcium, and sodium bicarbonate.
Eu tô me
I'll tend
sentindo...
to it right away.
Thank you. He's in your hands.
Mano, não é por mal, mas... Eu tô me sentindo inútil aqui, porque ela começou a falar não sei o que, jogar pra não sei o que, não sei o que.
Why did nobody tell me about her admission?
Eu não tava nem sabendo o que ela tava falando. Irene Sander. Aqui descreve que Irene Sander deu entrada no Instituto Riverside, assim como os tratamentos administrativos a Fuller. Adicionar uma nota escrita à mão. Recomendo que ela seja levada à ala psiquiátrica para que eu possa ter o silêncio e o descanso necessário. Para que ela possa ter.
Mrs. Sanders?
Não, a mulher foi de Vasco, né?
He broke his back in an accident down by the docks.
Caralho.
Ah, the whaling station. What's wrong with me?
What are you talking about?
Você caiu, cara.
Doctor, that you?
Yes, it's Dr. Colden. Tell me what happened.
It's the old whaling station. See?
What did you see there?
Nothing. Nothing at all. The floor was all rotten and I fell straight through.
And that's how you broke your back.
Perhaps. No idea. Passed out.
Ah, tá escondendo coisa. Foi os caras que quebrou a costela dele. Chama a polícia, tá ligado? Tá, porra.
She recently came back from the surgical block. She's stable. Given her file, a nephrectomy would have been inevitable. But Fuller was able to save her kidney.
Croftomia. Mano, o maluco tá fazendo magia negra pra trazer a vida das pessoas de volta.
What is the boiler room key doing here? The key to the boiler room. Not where I expected to find it.
Oxi. Tô parecendo aqueles hospital de unidade de filme de guerra, sabe? Onde tá explodido tudo, os caras estão fazendo um hospital dentro de...
Intoxication from breathing organic vapors.
Pros orgânicos. Narguile.
Another insomniac. I should find the cause for such a widespread trouble.
Ixi, meu. Oxi. Isso aqui tá bom, hein? Nem tá aqui. Credo, moço.
Dr. Colden, here you are at last.
Finalmente não,
This
filho. Não sei nem o que tá
patient was
acontecendo.
again brought up to the psychiatric wing. We've been following the treatment you prescribed, but the dysgeusia persists and he's lost a great deal of weight. We haven't been able to move him. The stress makes him hyperallergic.
Sir, I am going to examine you. Do you understand? Inject him with a dose of pentobarbital, intramuscular, so that I can conduct the clinical examination. He bit his lips so much, they're still bleeding. White froth, evidently because of such drooling. His binds left bloody wounds.
So, Doctor,
Meu Deus.
what should we do with this patient?
Sei lá, filho. Sei lá, você aqui é médico, eu sou...
You did good work. The tranquilizer is kicked in. Now you can disinfect and bandage his wounds.
Thank you, Doctor. And as to his weight loss?
I'll prescribe an antifungal treatment for his dysgeusia. In the meantime, feed him intravenously.
It'll be done.
Foi meus tratados? Eu não sei, velho. Eu não sou médico.
Ethan,
Marie,
what are you doing here?
I'm waiting for my medication, of course. Why?
Tell me your symptoms.
I have headaches. And I can't sleep.
Do you suffer from insomnia?
No. Look, I don't want you to laugh at me.
Ethan, if you don't trust me, then who?
I have nightmares. They keep me awake every night.
Ah, irmão, isso aí é
It seems
normal.
stupid, I know,
Assim, pesadelos
they're
fazem
terrible.
parte. Principalmente quando vocês
Actually,
estão sendo
you're not
atacados
the
por
only
esse
one.
ser, eu acho.
No,
Tudo
no one
mexe
has
com o
ever seen the
psicológico.
things I see.
Normal.
It's like I'm turning mad.
Morfina.
So many people have this affliction. It's like an epidemic.
Do you think it might be related to Fuller's work?
Talvez.
I don't
talvez.
know yet, but I will figure all this out.
A nós já dá tiro
Everyone
nele e
in
você leva ele
Darkwater
preso,
is
beleza?
suffering from nightmares.
Really?
We don't have any medication left.
Oh,
Rapaz.
there's no excuse then. I should let you work.
Take care, Ethan.
You too, Marie.
Falou isso, o cara foi empalado 10 minutos atrás. Enfim. Vamos lá. Aqui. Moça, precisa da documentação do Dr. Fuller.
This man, Edward Pierce, his file is incomplete. What did Fuller do to him?
Eita, meu prontuário. Uhul! O arquivo está extremamente incompleto. Esse tratamento não é descrito em detalhes. Não segue práticas padrões.
In theory, This is where we hang the key to the boiler room. Dr. Fuller always keeps his key with him. In theory, this is where we hang the key to the boiler room.
Sorry, but nobody can take anything until I finish the inventory.
Oxe, eu só abri a porta, moço. Nem tô atrás de nada.
The operating room
Bosta.
is never accessible after an operation. Let's hope I can go through the administration office.
Administração. Administration. Beleza. Eu acho que se...
Wait a minute. Where do you think you're going?
Oxe, oxe, oxe. O que é o seu?
Dr.
Piranha?
Colden.
Mrs. Donovan.
Nobody goes into Dr. Fuller's office. But rest assured, I'll tell him you came by.
That won't be necessary. Thank you.
I will tell him, nonetheless.
Na caldeira. Se eu botar fogo na caldeira, ela vai ter que vir, né? Calma aí, calma aí. Ela abre tudo, tá o Aiden, o Edward Pierce lá passeando, né?
Everybody says it. She's a witch, an old hag. I didn't make this up. And I'm the one who pays.
Elizabeth? You all right? Why is this room in such a state?
Because, as always, I'm cleaning it by myself. And the water was once again shut off this morning. I had to bother Mrs. Donovan again, giving her a new excuse to belittle me.
Do you really need Mrs. Donovan to open a valve? Why not ask the janitor?
I can't make these decisions without her approval. Imagine if there were a leak. Anyhow, the boiler room is locked half the time. So every time the water gets shut off, I have to go and endure her reproach until she's settled the problem.
I see.
Oxi.
Courage, Elizabeth.
Thank you, Doctor.
Vou arrumar a chave da caldeira, ela vai abrir a caldeira e cortar a água,
No,
dar
you're
soco
pulling my
na...
leg. I'm not joking. I saw the schedule. She's alone in the bathroom again. And she still says nothing to that old witch, Donovan. Oh, listen to the way.
Nós vai cortar a água. A chave da caldeira está aqui.
The key to the boiler room.
Falei?
All I have to do is shut off the water and hope Donovan takes the bait.
Cozinha.
It's
Storage
a
room.
real shot.
Watch out for the water, Doctor.
Ah, obrigado. Isso. Este livro é muito interessante, destinado ao público geral, demonstra como a ciência não reconhecida influenciaram a medicina moderna, magnetismo, o segredo do voz, cultura chinesa, hipnose, fitoterapia, alquimia e muitas outras contribuíram, a um certo grau, como o enriquecimento de medicina no início deste século. Caralho, me senti Mano, eu não sei o que tá acontecendo, meu dedo estralou 3 vezes já, eu tô achando que eu quebrei o dedo, tá ligado? Eu assustei com o meu dedo estralando. Administrativa 1. Administrativa 1. Administration. Boiler Room. A chave. Olá. Não. Pega um martelo e esconde atrás da porta. Pronto, resolvi o problema com a velha.
I can't shut this with my bare hands. I need a tool.
Calma aí, moço. Nós precisamos de uma ferramenta. Tá. Será que eu falar com o faxineiro, ele vai saber dessa ferramenta? Eu acho que sim. Cadê o zelador? Oxi. Zelador? O zelador simplesmente sumiu, velho. O cara meteu um sumidão e desapareceu. Ah, moça, não é possível que com a chave você não ia conseguir. Com essa chave uma criança tem superpoderes.
I feel guilty about Elizabeth, but I need the diversion.
Dr. Colden, might there be a problem with the water?
I was about to mention it. It seems it's been cut off yet again.
I can't take this, Marie. I feel I'm gonna burst.
It's not your fault if we have defective plumbing.
And yet, I'm the one who gets punished because I'm gonna have to square off with that annoying
Pode deixar que eu
old
falo
witch.
com ela.
Courage, Elizabeth. Here we go. And hold your tongue this time.
Deixa que eu falo com ela, porra. Chega numa paulada na cabeça dela com a chave inglesa, ela já deita no chão. Ah, minha mulher tá aqui. Não? Ah, filha, a mulher tá aqui. Pra que eu vou perder tempo? Vai tomar no cu, vambora. Tô conversando lá.
At last. The missing files must be hidden here.
Ah, o problema é se o cara entrar, tem onde correr?
Something is wrong with these masts. It's some sort of puzzle.
Não é um puzzle. Tá, pera aí, eu preciso entender o puzzle pra poder resolver o puzzle. Eu não sei nem que puzzle é esse. Armário.
The Stendhal syndrome. Of course. This is where Fuller found his diagnosis for Francis Sanders.
Relacionados à exposição de obras de arte. Caralho, tem uma doença sobre isso, eu não sabia. Tá, bem, a minha dúvida não é essa. Qual que é a do puzzle? Nossa.
Something is wrong with these masts. It's some sort of puzzle.
Ah, tá. Ah, tá. Oxi.
I've unlocked something.
Caralho, eu fiz sem
Patient
saber.
files. I was right.
Vocês sabem, eu só fui passando, tá ligado? Cilindro está escondido dentro do escritório do Dr. Fuller. Ele gravou seus pensamentos sobre uma das várias ações de psiquianálise nas quais Sarah Hanks foi submetida. Foi isso? Então... Bosta. Ah, não demais, vai ter... Não é possível que eu... Não é possível eu ter que escutar o bagulho aqui, né?
Conclusions. Session number 17. Patient? Sarah Hawkins.
Ah.
The patient appears to have finally accepted.
Why is Ethan on medication?
Pra não surtar.
It goes without saying that these peculiar delusions are the price that comes with her exceptional gift.
This finger belonged to a woman. Why keep it here? Why does Dr. Fuller write psychological reports about Sarah Hawkins?
Calma, porque os caras na época era tudo, né? Se eu não me engano. Psicólogo,
That her
psiquiatra.
blood was the key. But I found nothing to explain Mrs. Hawkins' abilities.
Calma aí. Que?
The poor souls downstairs are not Fuller's only subjects.
Then James came, irate that Charles was keeping secrets from him. I presume that he will try to break into the basement sooner or later. I am prepared.
Hawkins, Fitzroy, and Fuller. What is the connection between these three?
It is fortunate that I had the presence of mind to set the morgue in the basement. When all the fuss about the Hawkins incident finally comes to an end, I will dispose of her belongings.
Ah, você pegou o sapato dela que eu vi, né?
They must remain hidden in plain sight.
O sapato tá
Of
aqui.
course. Sarah Hawkins is the connection.
Ah, vai voltar, o cara vai estar aqui. Falou o que você tá fazendo? Sei lá.
I must go back to the basement.
Ala psiquiatra aí, vamos nós. Meu Deus. Ah, mas como que desce? Moça.
Dr. Colden, do you want something?
Sim, ela é psiquiatra. Não sabe? Tá, obrigado. Hawkins Wing. Que? Bloco B? Bloco B? Oi. Eu acho que não pode fumar no... Tá, enfim, não vou questionar. Bloco A, beleza. Deixa eu abrir essa porta. High Security Unit. Tatara, 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 tatara. Tatara, tatara, tatara. Mano, eu acho que eu já não confiava no hospital só por ele estar essa parada de... Parece um laboratório do Frankenstein, tá ligado? O martelo é meu, né? Deixa eu entrar? Não, óbvio que não seria só entrar, né? Se eu abrir essa daqui. Ah! Oi!
Ah, now that's the Marie that I know. I knew I could count on your scientific curiosity. It's time to show you what you were so eager to discover.
Cara, você é um tremendo de um filho da... Ixi, por que eu tô com uma arma?
If you're gonna shoot me, at least have the decency to look me in the eyes.
Turn around. Slowly.
Calma aí, calma aí, calma aí.
Filthy thief! Oh, I swear I'll shoot!
Take a minute to look around. Everything points to Charles Hawkins.
He's
Calma.
dead!
No.
Não,
He was here
isso
for a
é
very
tudo
specific
mentira.
item.
É morto, ele não. Tenho
No.
certeza.
The book.
Eu tô louco.
Why was it in the safe?
Talvez os dois.
Have you read it?
Não sei.
Answer the question.
Não, pô.
How
Não sei.
foolish of you. Now you won't be able to escape his will. What did it show you?
She went into Fuller's office. She was looking for Sarah Hawkins' corpse.
Sarah Hawkins, you say? Let's go back to the start, shall we?
Tá, vamos
Whose
lá.
life did the Necronomicon choose to show you?
Dr. Colden. She was at the Riverside Institute. She's in danger. I have to go.
Wait. No one knows the occult better than me. You might need my
É,
help.
percebi pelos símbolos no teu braço.
All right. All right. I might need you after all.
Perfect. Let's meet later at the Hawkins mansion. Now go. Rescue the doctor.
Me dá
Thank
uma
you,
arma.
Drake.
Você tem um revólver? Me dá o 38. Nossa. O carro nem tem eixo nessa época. O carro é duas barras com roda e corre. Só. Instituto Riverside. O livro projetou Pierce no computadora Colden, que o detetive assistiu impotente enquanto a amiga de Bradley conduzia seu inquérito. Ao tomar reconhecimento dos feiros de Fuller, ela entrou no gabinete dele e descobriu que o diretor do Instituto Riverside está escondendo informações sobre Sarah Hawkins e talvez até o corpo dela. Só que ela foi descoberta pelo Fuller. Pierce tem que salvá-la antes que seja tarde demais. Cadê? Tem um 8 aí na mão? Não? Então esquece. Se não tem arma, irmão, esquece, né? Vai ser tudo espancado.
I pray that Colden is really here. And alive.
Ah, mano. Ah. O diário da esposa do reverendo Wickwood. O marido dela, John, construiu a primeira casa dos Hawkins, chamada Elitop. No fim do século tal, estavam entre os primeiros colonizadores brancos da ilha. Os habitantes anteriores desapareceram misteriosamente 3 séculos.
Old diary.
Ih, rapaz. Beleza, tripulação. O vídeo vai ficando por aqui. Se curtiu, lembre de deixar aquele like, se inscrever no canal caso não seja inscrito também, ativar o sininho da notificação e compartilhar esse vídeo com seus amigos que têm interesse em Call of Cthulhu. Então até o próximo vídeo. Fui!